Once again, you are looking at something that's inanimate and not interesting, but what is interesting on the other end of uninteresting is Jerome. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm hot, I'm sweating, I've got a broken guitar.
And so be it. I mean, you played in there in the Dublin Castle not so long ago.
Yeah.
And hey, you had to, you ran off stage in a really dramatic way. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was me going, oh fuck, I broke my guitar.
Oh no, that's not funny
actually. I never broke that guitar. Do you want to know a mad story? One night I was laying in bed and this guy come round to fix the springs on the window. So I put coil on and I blame coil for this because there's some fucking, you know what coil are like, right? So I put coil on, right? And all of a sudden I hear this right? Like, what the fuck happened? I run in the front room. There's no word of lie. My TV's over here, my guitar's over here, and this guy's underneath a fucking under the window like this. If I hadn't pulled him up under, it would have. But basically, to cut long story short, that fucked the guitar up. So I've had it fixed and then it's broken again. Oh, because I thought it just broke. Breaking. And the stupid bitch who fucking paid me the compensation was like, oh, you know, it's just a Gibson. Like, if I said it was a fucking laptop, she'd be like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's your baby. It's literally like
fucking Gibson, bitch.
Yeah. Well, they know not what they do. Anyway, the actual title of this video is the recording process part 1.
Yes.
And part 2 will have you and Mark obviously in the video. For now, tell me about you guys like holding up in that studio of yours for ages.
Fuck, man, it's been really intense. Do you know what I mean? Because we were doing like 15-hour days, and would have been alright 10 years ago when we were like, you know, using things to stay awake. But since we don't anymore, it was a big fucking test, you know.
Yeah.
And but the record's fucking really good. Do you know, I'm really proud of it. When it comes out, it's the best work I think we've done as a band, or I think I've done in my life. It's
wow.
It's very cathartic, and it's straight from the depths of
your dark soul.
Of all our souls, which is very dark. That's beyond dark. That's like, I don't know what you call the contrast.
Call it pitch black, man.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
It's so dark.
It's just like it's darker than space.
Yeah. Space ain't got shit on our darkness.
Cool. Can I ask? Like Mark said, you guys might actually ditch guitars one day and use keyboards. Was he joking? Because I wasn't able to tell.
No, we want to make a keyboard. After this record, we want to make a keyboardish. We're really big pop fans, man. Like, especially with like the '80s, early '80s synth pop stuff. I don't know if you heard Ministry's very first album. There's nothing like what you'd expect. It's called With Sympathy, and it's very there's some great songs there. I know Al Jurgensen doesn't like to talk about it. He's like, oh no, you know, it's not mellow enough, man. But I tell you, it's a fucking great album. And we were sat down, we were listening to that, and we were just saying to each other, okay, wouldn't it be really fucking cool to make a record like that? And I've also been listening to Tame Impala's Currents album. Okay. And I just thought, you know what, man, like, let's make some dark, moody pop for the next record. Because we've kind of taken that thing that we got going on now. I don't want to ditch the guitar, though, but...
it must be difficult for you to even think about ditching it. I mean, it's a cliche, but it really is like a limb for you. It's like, it's attached to you the way you play it.
We want to write on the keyboards. So, because we don't really fucking play keyboards. So it's like, I remember Tom York saying, when he was doing Kid A, how exciting it was, because he couldn't fucking play keyboards either. And it's just like, you know, and I think that's far more interesting than some virtuoso coming down and, not that if Herbie Hancock knocked at the door I'd go fuck off or anything, but you know what I mean?
Hey, it will force the creativity out of you. I mean, White Stripes being a good example of that idea, you know, break it all down.
You have to fucking just, you know what I mean, keep the audience guessing, keep yourself inspired and motivated, and I think that's the best way we'll be able to do it. It'll be a fucking great album, man, you know what I mean? Cool. And hopefully we'll be alive to make another album.
Well, he was joking and said that the next album will be called Obituary.
There's Joseph.
Yo, get in there, mate. Yo.
Yeah, I know, he made that joke the other day when we had a meeting, and I was like, oh god, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised none of us have died yet, but we're still here somehow.
Joseph,
God's mercy or by Satan's anger.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's a deal.
Yeah.
Maybe they're getting along in heaven and hell with this. Joseph, we've been talking about the recording process. Do you want to add to the discussion in any way? How have you found the recording process?
Look, I love studios. I feel really at home there. I mean, I love performing hugely, but there's something about the studio where you can, it's such a controlled environment, you have free reign to explore your creative ideas so much more than you do when you're on stage. So cool. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it can be quite tedious sometimes as well. But, yeah, it's a blast, man.
Okay.
I tell you what, he was great as well because he was like helping me out. Hey.
Really nice meeting you. Maybe we can get some coffee before I go back.
Are you going on Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Wow, look, he always gets all the girls. This one. He's like our eye candy.
See, part of the reason why I like...
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Ori.
Ori. I'm Jerome. Nice to meet you, Ori. Alright. Let's hope my girlfriend doesn't see that or I'm going to get a slap.
Don't
I didn't
worry.
do anything wrong. I was being a gentleman.
I was doing something wrong.
Oh.
You know what I like about basically recording you? Not just like on stage, like you and Stacey Picard of Hot Gothic, whenever you guys are on screen, something happens, someone just comes on, and it's almost like they know I don't edit on my channel. It's like, yeah, that's that guy.
Hey man, it's just like our golden charisma. I can't help it, man. I was born this way.
Indeed,
Oh God.
indeed.
No, I'm kidding, man.
Before we go, is there any London show you want to plug before this thing goes down?
No, but we are playing Hebden Bridge, which the Fat Whites told me is a really good place.
Hey, hello, I hear you have a channel.
I do.
I have a channel.
It keeps happening, Jerome.
I'm Professor Rowe.
Oh, hello.
And I have a YouTube channel with over 120 clips of music. And,
Us included.
Yeah?
and lyric on,
You're
Our
endorsing
earliest
him.
gigs, our earliest
including my own
gigs.
poetry and music, and Jerome's on it, and the General is on it, and Peter
General,
is on it.
yeah. I remember the General. I played guitar for the General, man. He was this crazy
General-
rusty
Oh,
dude.
educate me. Who is
He
the
was a
General?
crazy
Peter Doherty met the General, Roy Billings from Jamaica, in Pentonville Prison. Some said he was in there for selling guns in Brixton. Other people said he was in there for not paying his poll tax. But for
Either way,
whatever
he's
reason,
notorious.
Doherty was getting in trouble because he was spending too long on the phones. When he got out of his cell and he was using the phones, he didn't realise all the other prisoners wanted to ring their sweethearts as well. And Doherty was hogging the phone, and he was about to get moshed, you know, and he heard they were about to mosh him, and the General was singing songs of freedom out of the cell window up on, higher on the numbers. He heard that Doherty was about to get moshed, ran down and protected him and took care of him, stopped him from getting moshed.
Well, there you have it, viewers. You put an iPad and you
They did
learn
a song
so
together
much.
called Pentonville Rock.
They kept him in the
Okay.
medical wing the rest of the time.
I
as
remember
protection,
that.
because the other prisoners wanted to take advantage of him.
I played that song with both of them, Peter and
And that's how we met
Roy
the General.
Billings, the General.
And he said to the General, you can be in my band and you can be on my album when we get out of prison. And lo and behold, when they got out of prison, they did. The General was it, and he was very creative. He did Big Night
you know
Out.
what the General would
Terrible
do?
Pain.
When they were like groupies backstage when I was in the Scuzzies, my last band,
Yeah.
he'd always grab them and he'd say, Jerome, go fat up her belly, you know, get her pregnant. And I'd be like, I just met this girl, man.
Walter Automatic Clone.
Yeah.
Walter Automatic.
Sorry, what's your name again?
I'm Professor Rowe.
Okay.
Paul Rowe.
I'm going to talk to
how do
you
you do
another time. I must now
Another time.
finish
This
my
is your
video
road.
with them. But thank you for your contribution.
That's all right.
Thank you. Hold on, wait. I give you the thumb of happiness.
He's a legend, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew him back in Revue Factory days. He's Mark. Yeah, when Mark used to run Revue Factory, what a fucking legendary place that was, man. It's great. But anyway, sorry, back to the.
That's all right.
Where
That's
were
all right.
we? Well, I can't even remember
we were talking
where
about Joseph's contributions to the recording process.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, no, he was really great, man. He was like bringing out all these different pedals that I didn't even know about. He's going, try this one, and try that one, and try that one, and it was fucking great. And now I have like 500 pedals. I don't know what to do with all of them, but no, he's great. I'm really bad in the recording because after I hear a song like in the mixing, not in the recording, sorry, in the mixing, I can't be there, man. If I hear a song like played more than 7 times, I'm like smashing my head against the wall. I'm like, I don't know how producers can do this. I guess it's why they get paid so much.
Do you have to sometimes rein him in, Joseph? Do you have that power?
He's thinking, I've got to be careful what I say here. I want this job.
If I lose it, it's because I talked to that dude with the camera. Shit.
It's a fine art, let's just put it that way.
I like it. On a rather subtle note, we'll say
the eye candy of the band. You should see. Man.
There's so much candy in the band. It's a candy shop.
We had a review the other night, and there was this woman, and she was like going, "Oh, Joseph, all the girls like him." Oh. It's like really funny, man. He does every fucking show, man.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This has been part one of the recording process with many various guests. For now, we shall say goodbye to you guys, and we shall see you again. Bye.